All right. It says we're live. So, hello, everybody. I will wait a little bit just for comments to start coming in because usually it's a little bit of a delay. And you usually tell me at the top, like, how many people are watching, but I think there's 0 at the moment. Or it's just so delayed. It hasn't told me. Oh, yeah, the little eyeball popped up, so there's 0 so far. So, anyway. So this is the Booktubers and Brews live show. We read and we're going to be discussing Dear Wife by Kimberly Belle. I have with me Kat from CatChats, and I've actually been watching your channel for, I think I tried to figure that out, but I feel like I've been watching it for a while now.
Yeah.
Because I remember commenting back during, I think I watched your Spookathon TBR, and I think I commented during that or whatever. So it's been a little bit. But yeah, would you like to tell everybody about your channel?
Sure. So what I like to read, I kind of read a lot of everything, pretty much everything except fantasy, but probably my favorites are like thrillers and contemporaries. I like to do a lot of blogs. They're probably like my favorite things to film. And also I do a wheel of TBR every month where I spin a wheel and get different prompts to pick what I'm going to read that month, which are also a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like that app that you use for it or whatever.
No, it's like so fun because I never know what I'm in the mood for, so
yeah,
just picks for me.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I have Kat's channel linked down below. For any of you guys that aren't already subscribed to her, you guys should go subscribe because you do read a lot of thrillers because I feel like that's what I watch the most of your videos. Yeah. It's so hard for me to find actually like people that read thrillers on BookTube, and I'm not sure why. I don't know.
Yeah, not too many people do read them.
Yeah, and I don't read fantasy, so that's why we get along.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, I see Chronic Reader. How are you? So for drinks tonight, so there's 8 people watching. So the 8 people that are watching, let us know in the comments what you guys are drinking. It was like really hot today. It was a really nice day out today. So I literally read like the whole book outside today. I know, I like procrastinate all the time. And I literally wait till the last minute on every single live show. But I am drinking Hibiscus hard lemonade. This is actually from like local. It's a brewing company called Devil's Backbone. So it's literally like down the road from us. I pretty much live in like the best, I guess it's not the best wine country because like California, but I live in Virginia. So like there's so many wineries around and like we have so many hard cideries and stuff like that. So it's really cool. Yeah. And then Kat, what are you drinking today?
Tonight. So I'm having Mike's Hard Pineapple Mandarin Lemonade. It's like my favorite one. It's so good.
Yeah, it sounds so good. I haven't had that one, but like I can't believe that we're like 20 today with hard lemonades. We did not plan this out. I promise you guys. Hi, Jessie.
Hi.
Okay, so we're gonna start talking a little bit about the book. I'll try not to go into spoilers first. So Dear Wife was, for real, it reminded me of Gone Girl and The Invisible Man, the movie. I never read the book. So those two things, like in the beginning, it really reminded me of that. And it still kind of reminded me of Gone Girl while I was reading through it. It just wasn't as good. It just didn't have as much detail of Gone Girl than I thought. So technically this is about, there's like a bunch of different characters in here. So we have Beth that we read about at first. And she is not really Beth. We know that, like we find that out right away. But she's running away from like, I guess, an abusive husband. Like you don't really like know much about that in the beginning. Then we have somebody named Jeffrey, who his wife is missing, and like he comes home and his wife never came home. And then we have Marcus, who is the detective / investigator that I was like, why the heck are we even reading about him? So yeah, then you have him. So Anyway, so you find out later on, like, who all these people are. To me, okay, this is how my mind was processing it, okay? Like, I have to go through my thoughts for this really quick. Number one, don't know what my rating is yet. It's on the lower end, just letting you guys know. But I don't know exactly what number it's going to be. But, like, for those of you that read it, and for you, Kat, when I was reading it, like, number one, at first I was like, okay. At first I thought that, do you say her name like Sabine? Is that how you say it? Okay. So at first I was like, okay, it seems like Sabine is Beth. But I was like, that's just too obvious.
That was exactly my thought. I put like 3 sticky notes. I was like trying to tag them. I'm going to be organized. There's 33. But
so I bought the little tabs, but I didn't get to tab anything. I was like, nah.
Yeah, so on page 45, I wrote Beth is not Sabine because like at first I did think that, but then I was like, no, like that's like too obvious. They can't do that. So yeah, I had like the same thought.
Yeah, because I kept reading the synopsis on the back, and I was like, there's no way that they would have put that like Beth was on the back and Sabine was on the back when they already said in the synopsis that Beth changed her name. I was like, there's no way that that's like the twist. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
So then, because I thought, because like the thing is like the way that it's set up makes Jeffrey look like an abusive husband.
Yes.
Oh, I got to think about like, there was literally one part that I was like, okay, I think that this is how it's gonna end. But I have to remember like what I thought was going to happen because I don't know. Marcus, I just felt like Marcus's chapters were just like weird and just out like unnecessarily needed, except for the fact that that's the twist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. And I felt that this book was like writing a story, and it was like, okay, here's the story. And then it was like, just kidding, that had nothing to do with anything. Here's the twist.
I get that.
Because it was like talking about Jeffrey and Sabine like the whole time. And then I did like Beth's chapters in the beginning when she was essentially like running away. Those were my favorite because that's what reminded me of like Gone Girl.
Mm.
And so I did like those chapters. But then once she gets to the like the church and she's like working in the church, and then when she lies about the money, like I didn't actually think that she took the money.
I didn't think so either. And no, I guess she did, because then at the end I thought she just told the friend that, I don't remember her name, Marina?
Yeah,
Martina?
like Martina. Yeah.
I thought she maybe just told her that so it would like give the police like more clues, like give her husband more clues to find her. But then she talked about like buying the stuff with it. So I guess she really did steal it. Yeah, that was like very strange to me. I don't know.
Yeah, because like I could have sworn that she didn't steal the money because she was like, there's no way. Like, I was the only one that had the keys. Like, I wouldn't do something like that. And so that was really weird to me because then she was like, oh yeah, I did steal the money. But like, I feel like as a reader, it was like she lied to us as the reader instead of like
any other point.
Right, which is weird because like her chapters, like that's like her narrative. And so like it was just really weird to like feel like you know what's going on in her head, but then her be like, just kidding, I actually did lie about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was a really weird way of like writing something. I'd never actually feel like I felt that way. Like I feel like either I know that like it's an unreliable narrator, but I've never felt lied to by a character. Like if I point of view, like I feel like I've never been lied to like that.
Yeah.
Then, how did I think? I really got to think. Okay, so you go with your thoughts really quickly. Well, not really quickly, but you tell me your thoughts because I have to think about how I thought this was going to end. And then I was like, I don't know. It just obviously didn't end the way that I thought, but it wasn't like a mind-blowing twist to me either.
Yeah, so like going off of where you thought it was going to end, my other sticky note, I marked where like I kind of predicted who Beth was.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on page 180, which was like, it's like a little over halfway through the book.
Oh, wow.
And so I like marked it there because I was like, okay, I think Beth is Marcus's wife. And then I was just kind of like disappointed that that's what it ended up being, just because like, I don't know, I feel like they let you know that so early.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if I like was supposed to know that. Like, to me, it kind of seemed pretty obvious, but then I was like, but is it supposed to be obvious? Like, did the author want you to figure it out at this point, or was it just like not well done? Like, not
Yeah.
well,
What made you know at that time? Because I don't think I actually figured, like, I didn't think I knew until it was like almost at the 300 page mark. And then I was like trying to really figure out like who the heck Marcus was, because there was something that gave it away. And I was like, oh, got it. Oh, when they started bringing up Emma.
Okay. Oh, yeah. It was actually 197. And so like his mom starts asking about Emma.
Yeah. Okay.
And just like when he was like everyone else, my mother is well aware of my wife's delicate constitution. And then I was like, I don't know, Marcus. Weird.
Yeah.
Because I think I was kind of wondering the same thing as you. Like, why did we start following Marcus? Because I don't think it was until like a few chapters in, which I guess makes sense.
Yeah, I went back to look because I was like, wait a second, who is this Marcus character again? Like, there was too many guys, I feel like, because it was like there was Jeffrey and then there was Marcus, but then there also was the doctor that Sabine was having an affair with. And so at first I thought Marcus's chapters were like the doctor's chapters. And then I was like, wait, what the heck is the doctor's name? I don't even know if we know his first name. I forget.
Trevor, I think.
Oh, yeah. And so then I was like getting so mixed up with that kind of stuff at first. And then I had to go back and look. But yeah, we're not even introduced to Marcus until like, I think I looked, it was like 50 pages or something like that.
Yeah. So I think I already had in my head, like, okay, why are they showing us his point of view all of a sudden? And then I don't know, just right when he said like, my wife is always has something, like always something she can't come to these family events for. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I think she's Beth.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like page like 68 was when Marcus was first introduced.
Yeah.
And that's something that I don't like when books do, is like when I think it's because I'm such a visual person that like I already had in my head, like, okay, Beth and Jeffrey, and like, this is like what's happening. And then all of a sudden, like I'm already like 68 pages through the book, and then they throw in another point of view. And I'm like, okay, now who do I have to think from? Because you have to like change your perspective for every single point of view. And I think also what threw me off was like his first chapter was when he goes to visit like his dead best friend's like wife and kids.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. And it's I don't know. It was just really weird because like he killed Sabine, but then he was the detective for her case.
Yeah, it's like too much of a coincidence.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. It was just really weird. Yeah. Jessie said, big reveal, very predictable. She said, I feel like Beth's chapters got worse when they got to the church, and it made me not as interested in the story as much. I totally agree with that. Like, I did not like the church chapters at all.
Yeah, there was so much like detail given to it, and I feel like I was like trying to look for something, like they were trying to like tell us something with that, but it wasn't really anything. So I'm like, why did we need so much information about this?
Yeah. You're drinking decaf coffee with heavy cream. Coffee and cream's my favorite. And water. The author made you think that she was the other lady, but then kept giving reasons against that idea. Unreliable narrator and author. Yeah. So that's right. So like going back to the church thing, I feel like at first when we're reading it, like I'm thinking in my head, like, okay, Beth is like trying to get away from him. So she's going to like be on the runaway. But then it was really weird then because at the end, then she was like, oh, I did all of this so you could just find me.
Yeah.
And like, why didn't she just, I don't know. I mean, I guess you can't run away from him forever. So that's why she just killed him then. But it was weird that she like gave that money to that one guy to like, you know, have him like make charges on her card or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If like you just want him to find him, why don't you just go get a gun and kill him then right away?
I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
Also, I think I found this really reminded me. What was the movie you compared it to? The Invisible Man, was it called?
Yeah, just because of the whole like abuse and like she was trying to get away in the beginning and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one, but it's funny because this reminded me of Gone Girl and then Safe Haven. I know it's a book, but I've only.
Oh, that's really funny because Gabby said the same thing. I read Gabby's review earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she said those exact same things.
So like, I feel like the whole time I was just thinking about that, and I think that's why I also like maybe figured out that he was Marcus or she was Marcus's wife like pretty early on because I don't know, it just reminded me of it so much. Just like the abuse, the running away and hiding, him being a policeman, like it's like the same thing.
Yeah. I know. There was okay, so what was it? I thought that what did I think? There was like one prediction that I had in my head. I mean, I was totally wrong, but I was like, that would have been more juicy. But gosh, I can't remember. It was like, oh, I think I thought that the like Sabine was Beth there for a second, and I was like, oh, maybe actually. No. I know what it was. Okay, so the doctor guy, Trevor, his wife conveniently left on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that maybe she was the one that was a runaway. I thought maybe the doctor was the abuser and that his wife ran away and was Beth and that he actually killed Sabine. That's what I thought.
That would have been good. I can see that. I can like, yeah.
I should write a thriller. No, just kidding. Okay. I never want to write a book ever in my life. But yeah, for a second there, I don't know what it was, but like something made me think that. And I think it's because like, well, number one, like they made that comment about how like they were like, oh, well, when did your wife leave you? And he was like, oh, conveniently on Wednesday when Sabine went missing. But then also like, I don't understand the whole like Sabine faking a pregnancy. Like Sabine had nothing to do with the whole book.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there was so much attention put on her, but then it turns out that like all she did was sell Marcus a house and then become friends with Beth. Like she didn't really get to do anything with Beth, or we didn't see those chapters, so I didn't feel connected to them. And so it just felt like she was like this character that just got cast off and just was dead then. And then it was like, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
It's really sad though, because like I went on a Goodreads and everyone's like saying how amazing this book is. Like they're all giving it like 4 and 5 stars. Like I think the actual rating is like a 4.01.
I saw that before, yeah, the average rating. And I think like I was tentatively sitting at a like 3.5, but now talking to you, I'm like, I saw Gabby said the same thing, that she gave it a 3.5, but thinks it's too generous. Now I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like,
yeah. I know. I wasn't sure if I should give it a 2 or a 3 because like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's sad when you have to give a thriller book a low rating because of like, like the twists and stuff. Because like some people won't get the twists and some of them will.
Exactly.
So yeah, I really don't know. Like maybe I should just do like a 2.5. But then the problem is like, what do I put on Goodreads? Do I put it 2 or 3? The thing is like I still want to read, like, I have The Marriage Lie, and I have heard that that one is amazing. And I think also she wrote 3 Days Missing, I think. But I've heard The Marriage Lie is like really, really good. And I do have that book. So I do want to try out another book by her. Maybe I just didn't like the way that this one was like written.
Yeah, I definitely would read other things by her. And the reason like I had like a 3.5 was because even though I thought it was like pretty predictable, I did like enjoy reading it and I was intrigued and I read it like pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't know if that was just because like I knew I had to finish it by tonight.
I know, me too.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Jesse said, like, I found the pastor and his son to be annoying to read about too. And I felt that same way. Like, I think that's also what left a bad taste in my mouth is what I wanted more of this was like, I really wanted her to be on the run away because I think that's what I love about like Gone Girl. Like, I love to read how they have to like change their appearance and like, you know, get fake IDs and stuff like that. I really like that part. And so then once she got to that like church and we were just reading so much about the church, and then the like whole money stealing thing. And then like, I could never tell if, what did we say her name was? Martina? If she was like actually like trying to steal the money from her or if she was actually her friend. Like, I could never tell.
Yeah. And then like the side sort of drama with like the new girl that came in.
Yeah.
Like, I think there was like a lot of pieces that didn't need to be included in here, but were for some reason. Like,
yeah.
Like so much drama with the church and the pastor's son and then Martina and the younger girl. I don't remember her name. And then like,
and the pastor's son just kind of like came out of nowhere.
Yeah. And then with Marcus and like you were saying, when he's first introduced Marcus and his partner who was killed with the wife, like, why did we need this whole explanation of his relationship with them? It didn't really have anything to do with the story. Yeah.
I don't know. It was just really weird. And then like, especially since we did find out all that horrible stuff about Sabine, where like she had the burner phone and she was going to leave him. And like, I don't even know, like, and I guess she was like stealing money or something. Like she had all those like bank accounts and stuff, but then all of that was for nothing. So I feel like we actually didn't learn any answers from what we wanted to learn from the whole first half of the book.
Yeah. That's true.
Gabby said, yes, The Marriage Lie was really good. I'm excited to read that. I'll have to read that soon. Wait, wrong book. Okay, I'm so confused, but I read the book and gave it 5 stars and a very vague review and read the synopsis, and I still don't remember this book. What the heck? Oh my gosh, that has happened to me so many times where I'm like, especially before I started like writing reviews on Goodreads or I wrote like vague reviews. I'm like, I love this book so much. And I'm like,
I read this.
Yeah. I'm going to have to check out The Marriage Lie. I forgot what actually happened to Sabine at the end. She died. Like, Marcus literally killed her, got away with it. Well, I mean, technically, I guess he didn't get away with it then because he died. But, I mean, still, I felt like also killing him was way too easy.
Yeah.
That was like really fast. But yeah, he literally killed Sabine because she was helping Beth/Emma. What was his reasoning, she said? So this is what happens. Marcus is married to Emma, who is actually Beth, because she changes her name. He's an abusive husband. So Emma/Beth, I guess, meets Sabine because Sabine is a realtor and sells them their house, and then starts talking to her about Sabine, I guess, was technically abused by her husband too, because like she was like, I see that your husband does what my husband does to me, right?
Yeah, but I think it was just that one. I mean, not saying that is not bad, but it was just that one time that he
slapped her. Slash punched her, or whatever the heck he did. So Sabine sold Marcus and Emma/Beth a house, saw that like Beth/Emma was being abused, and then was like, oh, I'm starting this like didn't she have like a home for people to, or she like had a foundation or
with a women's home.
Yeah. Okay. So she was volunteering. So she was like, okay, like, let me help you get away from that situation. But I don't know how much that she actually helped.
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of seems to me that all she did was like give her that guy's number and then like tell her to like hide money away.
Yeah. So Emma/Beth meets Sabine at a park in order to talk, I guess, about running away. And Marcus saw them, but we don't know that until the end. So then Marcus goes, kills Sabine, and then he is conveniently the detective for the missing Sabine case, because then Jeffrey, who is Sabine's husband, comes home, realizes that like she never came home, and then they're like looking for Sabine, and then they find out that like Sabine was like having an affair, and this story sounds so crazy. Yeah. So yeah, and then also because like we have Sabine's like twin sister. Like I think that's the problem, is like there wasn't very. I felt like then Sabine just kind of got threw away at the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Jesse said, sorry, I read this toward the end of January and I forgot, but I remember I didn't like it. Yeah, I could see this being a very forgettable story just because of there's like so much going on.
Yeah.
And then Mind of Molly, how are you? It's 2:20 a.m. here and I just randomly woke up, so naturally I'm watching you angels. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so anyway, was there any other parts of the story that you wanted to talk about or be like, why the heck did they write this? Or I liked this part or anything?
Let me look at my notes.
I feel like, I don't know how this keeps happening, but I feel like I have not had one live show yet where I liked the book. What is wrong with me?
That sucks.
We should have read The Last Mrs. Parrish for this. I read that this month and it was amazing.
Really?
Yeah, it was really good, in my opinion.
Wow. The only other note I made was that Jeffrey is trash, and that is my third and last post in it.
You finished the book and you were like, Jeffrey's trash.
Yeah. On page 17, I just wrote ew, because like I just like hated him. Like the way he talked about his wife was like ew.
Yeah, where he constantly complained about her like not being clean.
Yeah. Dinner ready, blah blah blah. Yeah. And like when he was describing her sister, all the things I admire about my wife, her hair, her thin thighs and tiny waist, glaring deficiencies in her twin, the heifer to her blue ribbon cow. I was like, ew.
I think it's because Ingrid like sees through him, and that's why he doesn't like her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely thought that Jeffrey was like an evil person the whole book. And that's why I was surprised.
I feel like she like purposely wrote him like to make you mad, to kind of set him up to be that.
Yeah. And I think that's why I didn't realize, like, especially the first chapters that you hear about Marcus, he is like so nice to those kids, like his best friend's kids and stuff. And so I thought he was like a nice detective. And then of course you're always siding with the detective or investigator, whatever he was. Because then like, you know how he's like making Jeffrey sweat and he's like, oh, I know what he's lying about and stuff. So I was like, oh, good. Like he's a good detective. Like,
yeah. You find out he lied about his alibi. You're like, good on you. Like, keep on it.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I guess have I ever read a book or watched a movie where the detective actually killed somebody? I don't feel like that normally happens.
Yeah, not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Oh, in the one, oh no, she was just dating. The officer was dating the serial killer. Okay, not that.
Oh, right. Yeah. I know, because like I feel like anytime I read about a detective, I'm not like, ooh, I bet you killed him.
Yeah.
Like I bet you killed the case that you're working on. Like
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I think it's like so convenient because like I feel like most people would think that.
Yeah.
So she just really wanted you to like not pay attention to him, not think about him possibly being involved.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh well, I mean, I still think that Kimberly Belle, actually, I think a new book of hers just came out, or it's about to come out. So like I still will try her out. It's not like
Same.
I feel like, you know, there's some, for instance, Robin Harding. I read 2 of her thrillers so far, and they've both been like kind of duds. So, but I'm still gonna like, I still want to read The Swap. So it's like, it takes me a while. I feel like I give thriller writers like a lot of chances before I say like absolutely no way. Cause like, for instance, with romance, like K.A. Tucker, the one book that I read, I was like, nope, that's not my style. And so I'm probably never going to read K.A. Tucker because I feel like with thrillers, it's like they can have like good thrillers and bad thrillers. You know what I mean? I don't know. Because I feel that way with B.A. Paris. Like the first book that I read, Behind Closed Doors, like I love that one. And then gradually they keep getting worse and worse. I haven't read The Dilemma yet, so maybe it'll get back up there again. You haven't read any B.A. Paris? Really?
No.
Wow. Do you like, what type of thrillers do you like? Like, what are your favorite tropes?
I don't know. I feel like I like really like weird stuff. Like I give my mom a lot of my books when I'm done with them, and she's like, are you okay? So messed up.
Like super dark.
Yeah, like really like dark stuff. And I think that's
what I like.
Like Criminal Minds is like one of my favorite shows. Like I watch that all the time. So like stuff like that I love. I love like super like twisty things, stuff I don't expect. But also like there's sometimes where I just like to be like entertained. I think that's why I gave this like not a super high rating, but like 3.5 isn't bad because it did like entertain me and keep me like gripped and wanting to read it.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a balance. Like I think super like dark and twisty thrillers I like better, but I also just like kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say fluffy, but like maybe more predictable stories that are just entertaining.
Yeah, so I know what you mean because I feel that way. I like super dark thrillers, but then I also really love Michelle Campbell. Like even though it's not like her thrillers are like super shocking and like have the greatest twist at the end, I feel like her writing style is not really cozy mystery because I've never really read a cozy mystery, but like better than a cozy mystery, but like still just like a nice like mystery thrillers type of thing.
Yeah.
And so
I think that's like exactly what I'm trying to describe.
Yeah. So yeah, I really like Michelle Campbell's books because of that, where it's not like super dark, but I feel like I connect a little bit more with the characters because sometimes with thrillers you just like hate all the characters. And with hers, I feel like she is better at writing her characters a little bit. So that way I actually like care about somebody in the book. But yeah, I do like really, really dark thrillers a lot. What are some of your favorites?
My Lovely Wife I really liked by Samantha Downing. I don't know if you read that.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, you liked that one or no?
I think I gave it 4.
I think I gave it 4 stars too. But and I think I like interesting things like that. I really like reading from like the villainous perspective.
Yeah.
The Silent Patient I really liked.
I read that one too, yeah.
Ooh, I'm trying to think of the name of one that I liked where you are reading from like the villainous perspective. Oh, I can't think of the name of it.
I've heard that Sweet Pea is really good. And you're reading from a woman killer.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. It's pretty big. It's scary.
But it's funny with Robin Harding, the same thing. I had like the same experience. I've read 2 of her books and I didn't like the first one at all, and I was like, all right, I don't think I'll read anything else from her. But then The Arrangement was like such an interesting concept. So I was like, okay, I'll read it. And then I didn't like it. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to read anything else from her. But then I saw.
But the swap, yeah, it has such an interesting concept too.
That's interesting. So I requested it.
I know.
I'm trying to give up on her, but she's really new.
I know. I had her pretty face, and I was like, okay, I'll read that. But I actually read the arrangement first because like Gabby and I did like a buddy read for it. And I loved, like, I was like, oh, the sugar daddy, like, that's so cool. And then I think I gave it like 3 stars or something. And then I was like, okay, let me read her pretty face. And I gave it like 2 stars. But then the swap, yeah, it's just like, it's like, I feel that way sometimes with John Mars too. Because like, the one was pretty good. I gave it 4 stars, and the concept is like amazing. And then The Passengers I thought was an amazing concept, but I only gave that like 3 stars then. And so like, I love how these people have these like super cool storylines, but in my opinion, they're just not writing them out correctly. I don't know.
I was thinking about that. I'm like, it would be so much cooler if you did this. And I'm like, I should try and do something like that.
I know. Well, like sometimes I'm just like, why can't you be like Black Mirror? Like, why can't you shock me like that? Like,
No.
But I guess they just don't get paid as much money as like the writers of Black Mirror. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, Jesse said, Kat, you have to read Behind Closed Doors because that's like one of my favorites.
My list.
You have to read like the last either read The Last Mrs. Parrish or Behind Closed Doors. And then if you like either one of those, then read the other one. Because it reminds me of the same thing. Oh, Molly, you're reading The Dilemma in April. I actually have it from Book Depository. I just haven't read it yet. My first BA Paris book, but just sounds super interesting. Yes, Sabine was killed. Jesse, you're also looking forward to the swap. I know. Isn't it like where like marriage partners like swap partners or something like that?
Something like that.
Oh, I'm actually reading this month, or not this month, like April. I'm reading The Girl in 6E. Didn't you read that one?
I voted. I saw you were gonna you put up a poll. I voted for that one. I'm really excited for you to read it. I'm excited to see what you think about it.
Okay. Because I think I actually think that I got the book because I saw it on your channel, because I didn't know about it before that, but I think you were talking about it back in October, and I was like, that sounds really cool.
I read it over Spookathon, and I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. I thought it's probably like, that's also probably one of my favorite thrillers, just because it's like it's just different and it's like really interesting.
Yeah, I think I read the synopsis is about like or was I? No, I wasn't talking about it in my TBR. It's about like a. Now I forget. It's like is it a serial killer? But like she makes money by like having phone sex with people or something. Welcome to Jackie's TBR.
So she like wants to kill people, but she knows like she shouldn't. So she like locks her in her apartment, and
she's thirsty for blood.
So she's like an online sex worker.
Okay.
So you were close. But yeah, I'm excited to see what you think of it.
I know. I'm actually really glad that everyone chose that, because I really wanted to read it. And so I was really glad. But like so many people also like had commented Punk 57, but I feel like Punk 57 I might not like, because I think it's hate to love. So I really was hoping that The Girl in 6E got chosen. So it did, thankfully. So yay, I'm happy for that. But Molly, what buddy read are you saying that you're gonna do? I don't know if you're asking us or if you're asking Jesse, maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, did you like finish that series? Isn't it a series?
I think there's 3 books in it. I think that's it. I read the first 2 and I want to read the 3rd.
Okay, so the second one was also good.
Yeah, I definitely like the first one more, but it was still like interesting to read.
Okay. Yeah, I suck at series, so I feel like I might just read the first one and call it done.
Yeah, I think I think that's fine. I think that was the only series like I read last year. I'm not into reading them at all.
I know. I'm like so bad at it. I think it's just because I like moving on and doing something else.
Yeah.
And I feel like I never, well, Still House Lake, I read the second book and I did really love, like I gave the second book 5 stars as well. But I feel like anytime I'm reading like a second book to a series, I always like it less. Because like I read the Bromance Book Club and I gave that 5 stars. And then I read Undercover Bromance and I only gave it like 3. And so I feel like the author just never does what I want it to do in the second book. You know what I mean? Like if I love the first book, then I'm disappointed in the second one.
Right. I think I might try and read that.
The Bromance Book Club?
Yeah. I would really on it. Like I'm not like too into romance, but I see like so many people give it such good reviews. So I might try.
It was way better than I expected it to be. I really loved it, which I forgot that I actually read both of those books this month. So like I didn't even do my wrap up yet, but it's a great book. If you're watching, read it. Molly, you want to buddy read The Dilemma with me or who? I would not be able to read The Dilemma this month because I have a huge TBR. But I could possibly buddy read it in May, I think. She said you. Yeah. Yeah, so I can't read it in April because I have like 13 books on my TBR I have to read for April, or I have to unhaul them. But I can do it in May if you wanted to wait. Okay, she can wait. Cool. It's weird having a full-on conversation with just like the comments. Oh yeah, Penny, you said you love the Right series. Like okay, for instance, like Laura Ingalls Wilder, like Little House on the Prairie. I've read that series probably like 5 times in my life. So like, I guess if you have the correct series, and like, I feel like, you know, you were like watching Laura grow up. So it's different than like how some series are, you know what I mean? Yeah. It was like more of a transition where like you actually saw things happening. But yeah. Did your TBR didn't go up yet, did it?
No, I think I'm gonna post it on the 2nd, April 2nd.
Cool.
I haven't filmed it yet.
Are you excited? Like, you have a lot of good books.
Yes. I think I have like 2 arcs that I want to read. Let me look at
Nice.
Oh, yes, Darling Rose Gold, which I know you read and really liked.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that was published already. Yeah, it was published this month. I just didn't get a chance to read it yet. But so I'm excited to read that one.
I hope you like that one. You'll have to let me know.
Yeah.
I think it's dark enough for you.
Oh, really? Okay, good. That's exciting.
Yeah, I did really like that one a lot. I still need to read Sharp Objects, but I just didn't like the writing style when I tried it out last month.
Really?
Yeah.
I love like all of her books. They're like 3 of my favorites.
Yeah. I've only read Gone Girl by her. That was it. And I think I like was really bored for the first half, and then I loved the second half. But I think I had already watched the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Jessie's reading Darling Rose Gold right now. She's only 4 chapters in, but she's loving it so far.
Cool.
Yeah. I love that book. That was a really good one.
That one.
Have you watched The Act on Hulu?
The Act. Oh, is that? Describe it to me.
It's like it's about Gypsy Rose.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Okay. I hadn't watched that. I actually didn't even know it existed until I read Darling Rose Gold. So I think I was just like so shocked when I read Darling Rose Gold because I didn't know that was like a thing. So I don't know if people have already kind of seen that, maybe they won't be as.
Oh, so it's kind of like a similar story to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I totally forgot what it was about. Like it. Yeah. So long ago, so I don't even know. Okay, that's interesting though.
Yeah. Yeah, and I actually have another book, like the Saving Megan. Saving Megan is actually about that too. So I'm just like trying to read all the books about that right now.
DJ Palmer.
Yeah. I
have that on my TBR too.
Yeah, I got it from Book Outlet, and I have it on my TBR for this month. I'm gonna read it. So
Okay.
yeah. Have you read Dry?
By Jane.
Neil
By Neil Schusterman? No.
Yeah. Okay. I thought I saw that on your channel before, but maybe
The reason I said Dame Harper's because The Dry is a book, and it's like I'm using my laptop right now, so I'm like, oh, this one.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't read anything by him. I know he's like really popular.
Yeah, I read Unwind. I feel like you would probably like it because it's super dark.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really graphic too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
It's so it's about these, I think it is YA, but it was like really graphic for a YA novel. But it's in this world, or like, I don't know, a dystopian type of thing, where you have until, I think it's from when the child is like 10 to 16 or something like that. If you don't like the child, you can decide to have him unwound, which means that he's like taken apart and used for organs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they describe the whole process, and it is real dark.
Weird. I'll have to look into it.
Yeah. It's a series, but I only read the first book. That's all I need. Yeah, it was really crazy.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's a crazy one. Let's see. Penny said, I like dark places more than sharp objects. I haven't read either. Jesse, let me know what you think when you finish it because I'm intrigued. They're having a conversation. Hi, Chantel. Awesome. I feel like it's just like our whole group, like in the comments. Yeah. Well, do you guys have any questions for us before we hop off? I feel like it is most of you guys that are in the comments, but if there's anybody else watching, the Read with Friends live show is Friday at 7. And oh my gosh, we have a huge group, like even bigger than last time. I'm really excited for that though, because I don't know which book I'm going to be reading on Friday.
I know.
Yeah. I don't even, I think I'm going to have to like eeny, meeny, miny, moe my books to figure out which one I want to read first. There's so many. There's literally like, I think I will have to eeny, meeny, miny. Oh, maybe I'll just roll the dice because I just have them in a row and I'll be like, all right. I can't wait for another Read with Friends next week. Yes, Reading with Friends party. Oh, Jesse, you weren't awkward. I just started Throne of Glass, was feeling a mood. I just don't read fantasy. I'm sorry.
Nope.
Oh, it's a reread. Oh my gosh, you guys are funny. You guys were so nervous.
I thought everyone was fine.
I know, like, I mean, I think it's just because, like, I don't think anyone notices. Like, even when I watch other people's live shows, like, I'm not paying attention and being like, ooh, are they nervous right now? Like,
it's like when you present in class, like, you're always so nervous, but then you don't, like, think about anyone else's presentation. So.
Yeah. Exactly. Just pretend that, and, like, especially with everybody being on, like, it's just so much easier to, like, talk to people and not even, like, think that you're, like, live.
Right.
So that's what I like about the big groups. Yeah, Chantel said everyone looked so relaxed. Oh, we should have like an actual party one time. We should have like a booktuber party.
When quarantine is over.
Do what?
When quarantine is over.
Yeah. We'll have a party. Everybody will have alcohol. We'll play some games. That's actually what we do in my online book club.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we get on like Zoom calls and stuff, and we have like we did like an all-nighter, or like it was like till 3 a.m, and we like played a bunch of games and like did a bunch of stuff. And yeah, we have a lot of fun stuff there. Jesse
just downloaded a house called like House Party, I think, an app, and you can like It's kind of like you FaceTime with someone, but you can like play a game with them over this. It was really fun. They had like truth or dare, and like 2 truths and a lie. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's really awesome. Yeah, Molly, I think you joined, or I mean, like, I think you put a request in for the book club. And so is tomorrow Monday? Yeah, tomorrow you guys should be accepted in, which is going to be super fun. Chantel said, oh my God, how do I not know about this? I want to come. I'll send you an invite. It's always in my, I mean, for anybody watching, my book club is always in the description of all of my videos. And we do a lot of fun things. Like we do TBR challenges. We do our own private readathons. And then we also do events for readathons that are also happening. So like Contemporary-a-thon, we'll do like an event for everyone to participate in. And we do like Zoom reading sprints, which is actually how I came up with the idea of the Read with Friends, because that's like what I do in my book club. And then we have exchanges and just like so many different things. Like we have a planning group and a crafting group and like literally so many different things. And I spend probably like 80% of my time with my admins, like planning things for the book club because it's so fun. Oh yeah, Jessie was there. We did a pamper night just the other night and we all did face masks. Oh my gosh, let me see if I can find the picture of me. I've never done a face mask before.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, really? And I did one and oh my gosh, I looked like a creep. No, I literally looked like a chipmunk. Like I was like, what the heck? Like, oh my gosh, it was like Halloween up in here.
That's funny.
But yeah, it was so funny. But yeah, we do like such fun stuff. It's like so fun. So yeah, I can't wait for you guys to get in and join and stuff. Yeah, so anybody that wants to join, links in the description box. Let's see, I really like the Zoom calls. I hate that I keep missing them. I know. Well, we should have like more now that like I'm off of work. I love the Zoom calls. Chantel and Molly. Oh my gosh, you guys are funny. Thank you for coming to this live show. This was fun. I just wish that I would pick a better book. Like, I just keep picking like the worst books. Next month's live show, I'm reading Dry by Neil Shusterman. Speaking of that book. And yeah, hopefully I don't hate it like all these other ones I have. Watch, it's really funny because like I mostly read thrillers and romance, and that's what I've done for like the other live shows. And now I picked like a dystopian, and watch, that'll probably be the one I like.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. Well, does anybody have any like thoughts, either the book or randomly, if you have any questions to ask us before we hop off? We've actually been on for 53 minutes already. It always goes so fast.
I know.
Molly, I'm glad that you woke up too.
Yeah.
You didn't miss it. Alrighty. Well, they're just like talking in the comments. Well, for anybody that made it this far and didn't read the book, we kind of gave it all away, so you probably don't have to read it. So, although it's funny, my reading vlogs with spoilers, people actually say that they like won't read the book because they don't think they're gonna like it, and then they just watch my videos, so they just know what happens. And I'm like, wow, really? I don't feel like I would. I don't think I've ever done that before because I'm like, well, what if one day I do want to read it?
Yeah, I
don't know. But I actually need to, I didn't even film my spoiler vlog this month. I'm like so far behind. But maybe I can film it in the last like literally maybe I can read it just all day tomorrow and just film it and then put it up. Yeah. But alrighty. I'm sorry that you missed 50 minutes of it, Chantel, but just don't miss the Read with Friends on Friday.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's it for this live show because we literally told you everything that happened in the book, so there's nothing else to talk about. But thank you guys for hopping on and watching and reading the book. I'm glad that you guys, and I'm like, I think Gabby left, but I'm glad that she hopped on. That was really nice. But yeah, so I will see you guys. We'll see. Actually, Kat's going to be there on Friday too, right, Kat? Yeah, so you'll see all of us then on Friday then. So 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But anyway, I will see you guys on Friday. Bye-bye.
Bye.